Welcome to your weekly roar, where we break down what actually matters, cut through the noise, and give you something you can use right now. I'm Dustin.
And I'm Brandon.
Today, we're covering one of the biggest topics we could possibly cover, the coming AI Agentic Revolution.
And that phrase matters because we're not just talking about chatbots. We're not just talking about asking AI to write an email or summarize a PDF. We're talking about AI agents that can actually do things. Agents that can research, agents that can compare options, agents that can negotiate, book, buy, manage workflows, agents that can help launch businesses, agents that can interact with other agents, and eventually agents that can move value with permission.
That is the shift. The first wave of AI was about answers. The next wave is about action. And when AI starts taking action, the internet changes.
Because action requires rails. If an AI agent is going to act on your behalf, it needs more than a prompt. It needs identity, it needs permissions, it needs access, it needs limits, it needs money, it needs a wallet, it needs rules, and it needs accountability.
And that's where crypto stablecoins, NFT, identity, access, and digital banking rails become crucial. Because the future agentic internet is not just going to be a smarter version of search. It's going to be an economy where humans, businesses, software, and AI agents all interact.
So if you've ever wondered why Roar is building around agentic commerce, AI identity, wallets, stablecoins, launchpads, NFTs, tokenized access, and business infrastructure, this is the episode where it all comes together.
So let's get into it. All right, this week's spark is simple. AI agents are about to become the next major class of internet user.
That sounds wild at first, because when you say internet user, people think of humans. A person opens a browser, a person searches, a person clicks, a person checks out, a person signs in, a person makes the purchase.
See, now that whole flow is actually changing. Increasingly, a person may give intent and an AI agent may do the work. The person says, find me the best flight under this budget, and the agent compares options. Or the person says, order what I usually buy, but find a better price, and the agent shops. The person says, launch a landing page for this idea, and the agent starts to build. Person says, analyze my customers and recommend a campaign, and the agent works for them. The person may even say, move this workflow forward, but ask me before you spend more than $100, and the agent will act within those boundaries specifically.
That is a totally different internet, and the numbers are starting to back it up. Multiple market forecasts are pointing to explosive growth in AI agents over the next decade. One forecast has the AI agents market researching more than $52 billion by 2030. Another has the broader autonomous AI and autonomous agents market reaching more than $470 billion by 2035. And a McKinsey has estimated that agentic commerce could orchestrate as much as $3 trillion to $5 trillion globally by 2030.
Those are massive numbers. So really, most folks are just using, a chat function of AI right now, and they may once in a while use an actual agent from that chat. Power users at this moment are using more than 200 in a day. So at the same time, functionally using 200 AI agents to do different things across every different place. That's where you find someone like me. I'm a major developer. I'm a power player. I'm an, architect of this space. So that's normal for me. For other folks are like, how do you even do it? How do you have different machines running all these different things and doing these things? The truth is that there's already more coming than you know. So even this forecast is going to change because honestly, I believe people are underestimating the speed at which this takes over a market. And the direction is clear. The internet is moving from search-driven commerce to agent-driven commerce. That's going to change everything, guys. Agents don't watch advertisements. Agents don't care about video. Agents don't look at ads. They don't touch the internet the same way. As a matter of fact, trust me, I know. I've built ecosystems for agents. So whole worlds and teams and orchestrations, scaffolding and more. And as a matter of fact, when I'm teaching my agents, I've even built a search engine that literally aggregates 100 different search engines, brings in the data that it wants, removes everything else it doesn't want, and then converts it all into JSON, which is JavaScript, so it can see it in a text-based version to read it, digest it faster, and even put it to work in what it's doing for the individuals that use it. What does that mean? It means that there's a lot of big data people and a lot of big marketing people that are scared to death because they're not have access to 3 trillion users in the world they currently live in, because this world doesn't care about those beautiful, cutesy things. And I'm telling you, the smarter the end users get, and they realize that it fast tracks activity to do on the web, so they're wasting less time and their eyeballs are getting less information that they don't want, they're going to start doing things to use these guys to extract what they want exactly and move quicker. And when folks buy into that idea, it's going to go like lightning. I think the numbers are small. I think the direction is clear. The internet is going to move from this visual search-driven commerce to agent-driven commerce that is not running the same way. It's going to be sophisticated and fast. It's going to be lightning fast. As a matter of fact, things I was doing in coding a month ago, I'm already just personally 4 times faster with hand coding with an AI helper and agents working with me. In the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I put in some agentic work where a team helped me in the process, and it became 400 times better. Meaning I'm getting done with things that took 4 months in a matter of days and hours. To this week in one change that I made that makes me 8,400% faster, meaning I'm doing things I used to do in a year. Millions of lines of code outside my ability in a day. Users aren't going to just use agents to browse and be cute. Their agents are going to compare, filter, recommend, negotiate, purchase, coordinate, probably even come up with an idea to start a business, and then start doing all the work to help that user do whatever they want.
Wow, man, that was a bunch of secret sauce you spilled there. That's incredible. Brings us to our quick take. And here's the thing that most people get wrong. They think AI agents are just better assistants, but AI agents are going to become economic actors.
That's the key right there. An assistant helps you think. An agent helps you act. Just hear me again. An AI assistant helps you think, but an agent is going to help you act. What if you could spend more time doing the things you want to do more easily, while the things that take up your time that are wastes are removed by action with an agent? An economic agent can actually participate in markets. That means it can request services, pay for APIs, purchase products, verify credentials, exchange data, manage subscriptions, and interact with other agents and or software and applications. We build everything we build so humans and agents can access it with.
But here's the obvious problem. If AI agents are going to participate in the economy, how do they pay? A chatbot cannot swipe a card by itself. A software agent cannot open a bank account like a human. A machine-to-machine transaction does not fit neatly inside the old banking system.
Exactly. So this is why digital currency and crypto banking rails matter. Stablecoins, wallets, smart contracts, programmable permissions, and on-chain audit trails give AI agents a way to transact a machine-native environment. Not because everything has to be crypto. That's too hyped. But because agents need rails that are fast, programmable, global, auditable, cross-cultural, cross-continental.
And we're already seeing major players move in this direction. Google's introduced the Agent Payments Protocol, or AP2, to help AI agents initiate payments safely. Visa has been working on agent-driven payments, including integrating payment rails into AI experiences. MasterCard has launched Agent Pay for machines, aimed at machine-to-machine transactions. Coinbase and others are pushing X402-style payment models to let agents pay for APIs, data, content, and services over the web.
Honestly, Stripe even has built in agentic. Everyone who's, smart is playing in this space, let's be honest. And that's why we've already built to all these different technologies you're hearing. Like, we did that when we first heard about them in minutes. Within minutes of hearing, we researched and put our agents to work to build them. So this isn't science fiction. The financial rails are being built right now. And to be honest, most of them are already built. And the big question is, who builds the trusted ecosystems where these agents can actually operate? That's us.
And that is where Roar has an opportunity, because Roar is not just thinking about an AI chatbot. We're thinking about agentic commerce, wallet infrastructure, identity access, stablecoin utility, NFTs, launchpads, and business systems. That is exactly the stack agents are going to need.
The coming Agentic Revolution is not just about smarter software. It's about a new layer of digital workers and digital participants entering the economy. And when that happens, every business has to ask itself, am I ready for human users only?
Before we get into the next part of this, this might be a good moment to grab a coffee or reset for a second, because what we're about to get into goes a layer deeper.
All right. It's time for the deep dive. Let's go deeper. For AI agents to actually matter, they need 4 things. They need intelligence, they need tools, they need authority, and they need rails. Most of the public conversation is focused on intelligence. How smart is the model? Can it reason? Can it code? Can it?
And that matters. But intelligence alone does not create agency. A very smart AI with no access, no permissions, no wallet, no payment rails, and no ability to use tools is still mostly just a conversation. It may be helpful, but it is not fully agentic.
Exactly. Agency starts when the system can take delegated action. And that means the users say, you're allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. You can spend up to this amount, you can access these tools, you can use this identity, you can transact under these rules, and you need approval before crossing this line.
And that is where identity becomes foundational. Every agent needs to be knowable, not necessarily in the sense of exposing all private data, but in the sense of being verifiable. Who authorized the agent? What wallet is it connected to? What permissions does it have? What can it access? What can it spend? What community or business does it represent? Can it prove that authorization?
That's why NFTs and credentials matter. In the old market, people thought that NFTs were mostly about art. But in the agentic future, NFTs can be access keys and identity. So an NFT can say, this wallet has membership access. This wallet can enter this portal. This wallet can use this software. This wallet can vote. This wallet can access a deal room. This wallet can operate a business tool, or this wallet can authorize an agent to act within a specific environment.
And that is powerful, because when AI agents start interacting with platforms, you need to know whether they are allowed to be there. Otherwise, everything looks like a bot. That is already becoming a major issue on the internet. Companies are trying to figure out the difference between good agents and bad bots, scrapers, fraud, authorized shoppers, and automated traffic.
Yeah, it's a real thing. I was thinking about that the other day. I had an agent going around my computer and making changes, and I'm watching screens open and close and do things and test things for me. And I was like, wow, I remember back in the day in cybersecurity, whenever if that thing happened like that, I'm pulling plugs on computers to make it stop because the hacker's on your computer. And folks, seriously, this is a real thing. Like, we are really blurring the lines to get here. And the thing that's the game changer for that is a verifiable, timestamp, provable truth. Truth is the most valuable thing in our future. Money, fiat, crypto, time, all of that will come lower in value than what truth is in the future. A verifiable, provable, permissible, constant, always available, and immutable, unstoppable perma truth. And blockchain does that naturally. NFTs and whatever, it can give those gates that proof of truth, that authority, that freedom, as well as verification. And don't even get me started on what that means for our history and our content of everything that's valuable in our world. Truth is going to, at the end of the day, be the most valuable currency on the planet. Whoever owns the truth in our future will run the world. And so we've got to remember that. So the old internet was not built for this kind of thinking. It was built for humans clicking buttons who had handshake agreements and could see eye to eye and verified truth because they were trustworthy to each other. And that is too trusting of this future. The new internet has to verify, and delegate intent. So verifiable truth and delegated intent. That means the platform needs to know, is this agent real? Is it authorized? Is it acting for a user? Is it acting for a business? Is it allowed to pay? Is it allowed to access this data? Is it allowed to complete this task? What is its history? What is its truth? What can I verify? And I'm telling you, marrying AI with that blockchain technology is.
And that is where wallets become the control layer. A wallet can hold tokens, stablecoins, NFTs, credentials, access rights, and identity markers. And then the agent can operate with permission from that wallet, not unlimited control, but controlled authority.
And let's be clear, if that agent is connected to a wallet, one of the most beautiful things I love that we even forget over and over, even here, is that that is verifiable, historic, auditable activity. Externally verifiable and auditable that is immutable and permanent. Very important. This is important. We need to gate these things from a certain outcome. We need to make sure that humans have involvement where they need to and that those firewalls happen. And then we also need to be able to audit a back trail. And so one thing that'll make that possible is marrying those two things together. So it's an important distinction. The Agentic Revolution cannot just be let the AI do whatever it wants. That would be dangerous. The real future is delegated autonomy. The human, business, or community sets the boundaries. The agent operates inside those boundaries, and the system records what happened. Not just the system, I believe the chain records what happened.
And that is where crypto rails become extremely useful. Smart contracts can enforce rules. Stablecoins can settle payments. Wallets can sign permissions. NFTs can prove access. On-chain records can create auditability. DAOs can create governance. Launchpads can help new projects form. AI can guide the whole experience.
And that's exactly why agentic commerce is such a big opportunity, and we're in it. Imagine an AI agent helping a small business owner launch a new company. It builds a site, creates the first brand assets, drafts the pitch, sets up the community, recommends the pricing, connects payment options, helps launch an NFT membership, routes marketing through MediaQuake style tools. Ooh, I just put ours in there. Helps structure a tokenized launchpad campaign through BusinessBox. Just saying, I'm sticking it in there. Monitors early analytics, and then helps the founder improve by week. And let's not forget, if they need funding and support or whatever, they go into Rural Portal and add it there. I'm just saying, that's
that's truly end to end. And that's not just automation, it's acceleration. And over the next 30 years, that could change entrepreneurship itself. Because right now, millions of people have ideas, but they can't execute. They do not have a developer. They don't have a designer. They don't have a marketer or a strategist. They don't know how to set up payments. They don't know how to build a community. They don't know how to turn the idea into real business.
See, AI agents can lower that barrier, and they do. And when you combine that with Web3 Rails, it becomes even more interesting because now the businesses can have a wallet from day one, a bank account from day one online. It can access stable coins. It can issue access passes. It can manage tokenized memberships. It can reward early supporters. It can use AI to serve customers. It can operate globally, and it can.
And let's be honest for a second. This is where the financial opportunity gets huge. If agentic commerce really reaches trillions of dollars globally by 2030, then the platforms that provide identity, payments, trust, access, wallets, and transaction infrastructure are not side players. They are part of the rails.
That's why we've gone all in from day one. So 3 years ago, we knew where this could go. 3 years ago, we mapped out a plan, and we have strategically been going after that plan ongoing. And while doing it, AI has accelerated when it is literally coming into play with our world. So we're excited. The long-term opportunity is even bigger than the right now. Over 30 years, the internet may shift from billions of human users manually clicking through apps to billions. And let's be honest, potentially far more. AI agents operating on behalf of people, businesses, communities, devices, and software systems are going to be trillions. Some agents will be personal shoppers, some will be business operators, some will be customer support workers, some will be trading assistants, some will be compliance monitors, others become developer agents. There's more that become marketing agents, some will be treasury agents, some.
And every one of those agents needs some version of the same foundation: identity, permissions, payments, access, data, security, trust, and auditability.
And that's the Roar angle. We're building toward a world where an AI-powered business ecosystem is not just nice to have, it becomes necessary. Because businesses will not just need websites anymore, they're going to need agent-ready infrastructure. Hear what we're saying. You see what we're building now and how it leads you to easier doing anything we already can do as humans or bringing agents in. But we're talking about the day where everything is ready for agents.
And so that brings us to the hot seat question, which is this: if AI agents are going to become economic actors, what role does your business, your community, or your project play in that economy? Are you building tools that agents can use? Are you building services agents can buy? Are you building identities agents can verify? Are you building communities agents can support? Are you building rails that agents can trust? Because the agentic revolution is not waiting for everyone to catch up.
Wow. All right. Before we land this, take a second and think about how this actually shows up in your world. Because
So let's bring this home. What does the coming agentic revolution mean for Roar? It means Roar has to think beyond users. We have to think about users, businesses, communities, and agents.
exactly. Come on. In the old internet, you design for human traffic alone. In the agentic internet, you design for human intent and machine execution. And we're doing that, guys. We literally do that. That means a person may still be the decision maker, but the agent may be the one doing the work. Just think about it. Even with Biz in a Box, we built it so that agents can find it, agents can use it, agents can actually sign up, subscribe, and pay for it, and then agents can launch across it faster than even coding on their own. Why? Because it speeds up the process even of the AI. You get it? Building tools and templates.
And that changes everything. It changes search, it changes checkout, changes customer service, it changes business creation, changes marketing, banking, identity, loyalty, and it changes how communities organize.
And for Roar, the opportunity is to become an ecosystem where agents can operate safely. The wallet becomes the passport, stablecoins become the cash layer, tokens become the utility layer, NFTs become access and identity, AI becomes the guide and the worker, launchpads become the creation.
That is the full picture. And that is why agentic commerce is not just a buzzword for us. It connects to everything Roar has been building. The Roar wallet, the Roar chain, the portal, the launch pads, the NFT infrastructure, the DAO tools, the AI layer, the business in a box vision, the future stablecoin conversation.
And it connects to Roracle AI as well, because the AI needs ownership, rights, licensing, identity, models, APIs, and orchestration. Agentic commerce is not just about one model answering a question. It's about the infrastructure that lets agents work across systems. And you are going to hear a lot more about that later.
So in 1 minute, here's what this really means. The next 30 years of the internet may be defined by a shift from manual usage to delegated execution. Today, you open apps. Tomorrow, agents may open them for you. Today, you search for options. Tomorrow, agents may negotiate them. Today, you click checkout. Tomorrow, agents may prepare the transaction, ask for approval, and settle it through a wallet. Today, you launch a business by stitching together 20 tools. Tomorrow, an agent ecosystem may help you launch from idea to operation inside one guided flow.
And that already exists, guys. Biz in box. That future represents literal financial opportunity. If agentic commerce reaches even the lower end of the multi-trillion-dollar forecast by 2030 and then keeps compounding over the next 30 years, we're talking about a new commerce layer for the internet. That's not a niche feature. Now, in this world, you're told as a business startup, find your niche, find your niche. And here's the deal. We've done that. But let's be honest, that niche is becoming the dominant feature. A new layer has just arrived. So whoever provides trusted rails for that layer, identity, wallets, payments, stablecoins, access, agent permissions, compliance, and business tooling has a chance to participate in a massive value shift. That's why we're here. Even in the Roar Chain 2.0, you're going to hear more and more about it. That's why we went ahead and we went the full distance to make it function, not just in our banking in a box plan or business in a box or the rails behind all of our ecosystem and systems, but we wanted it quantum resistant and privacy structured from day one. That is a very big deviation from Roar Chain 1.0. Let me tell you something. We didn't do that easily. It took work.
That's right. And for builders, that is exciting because this is not only for the biggest companies. Small teams can build agent tools. Communities can build agent-ready services. Creators can build agent-discoverable content. Businesses can create AI-powered storefronts. Developers can build wallet-connected automations. Founders can launch agent-native startups.
And that's the opportunity. The Agentic Revolution is going to create new categories. There's going to be agent identity, agent wallets, agent permissions, agent marketplaces, agent banking, agent insurance, agent compliance, agent analytics, agent reputation, agent-to-agent commerce, agent-driven launch pads. It's coming. It's already here.
And that is where Roar should be bold, not reckless, but bold, because the future is moving toward AI agents that need trusted economic infrastructure. And Roar is already thinking in those terms.
There's one thing to take from this. It's this. The Agentic Revolution will not just change how we use the internet. It will change who participates in that economy.
And that's the Roar line. Humans will still lead, but agents will increasingly execute. And the ecosystems that give those agents trusted rails will help shape the next internet.
So the question for Roar is not, will AI agents matter? They already do. Question is, can we build the wallet identity, payment access, and business infrastructure
And if the answer is yes, then this is one of the biggest opportunities we have ever seen, not just for Roar, for builders, for communities, for founders, for people who want to create businesses faster than ever before.
Because the future may not belong only to those who have the biggest teams. It may belong to those who know how to use the best agents. And the best agents will need the best rails.
And that's this week's Roar. If this hit for you, share it with someone who needs to hear it, especially someone who still thinks AI is only about chatbots.
Because the next phase is bigger than that. It's agents, it's wallets, it's stablecoins, it's identity, it's access, it's NFTs, it's agentic commerce, and it's digital business infrastructure. Aren't you glad we are all here together?
For sure. So be sure to follow our show on the platform that you found us on. And if you like our podcast, rate and review. It helps the value as well as the algorithms that make us easier to find. We want help on that.
Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep moving forward.
And this is your weekly Roar.
Boom.